Hi there, everyone. This is Wedge2099, Red Alert page admin, and today I'd like to finally bring to you my review of Action Toys Machine Robo 03 Eagle Robo. Now, my friend at Megatron of Art brought this to my attention a few months back, and I was like, I don't know if I'm really going to get that or not. It really didn't pique my interest. Then I started looking at it again and again online, looking at the pictures, and something about it just got to me. Now, I was not a Gobots fan as a child. I was mainly just a Transformers fan, but I did watch the show every now and then when it was on. If there was no Transformers on or something like that, or I was bored. This is the Japanese Eagle Robo version of Leader 1. Obviously, because it's nice gray F-15 Strike Eagle. Very nice box art. Just him in robot mode and or jet mode. Very simple thing. As many of you have seen on previous reviews from other folks, he comes with a display stand. And most people put their display stands with two of these on the bottom to kind of jack this forward. That does not seem stable to me. I don't like it. I've seen plenty of people's with theirs just tip forward during reviews. So I just leave mine, these two as the guard, flat. Amazing. So, here I have him in his Eagle mode. Very nice. The only problem I've been having with my figure is I just cannot seem to get this side pressed in to get rid of this gap. Don't know what is going on with that. And it's taken a few tries. There was even something up here causing this not to close up properly, a little bit of mold flashing in between. I got rid of that easily enough, but I just can't get rid of that little bit. Bothers me a little bit. There's a port right here underneath the jet that this goes into. I'm gonna click that up, spin it around, plug it in just like that. Look how stable that is. Flat base on the ground. That like that. And it's a nice little stand here. The ratchets on it are superb. Like that. You can twist it at the base, so it's kind of this little joint here where the cockpit clicks into the chest piece. That's about the only part on him that is really loose and likes to come apart. I've seen it on a few other reviewers where it does the same. So, very nice detail. I mean, this is heavily detailed in this mode. Very little robot kibble underneath the jet. It's all nicely packed in there. Oh, it's not. The missile's off. They just peg in underneath the wing. Nice crystal blue cockpit there. I am hoping that in their next update or soon after that, the repro labels will come out with something. Now, since he was, a different line, there doesn't have to be any type of faction logo on him, but maybe just some real-to-life, realistic labels they can make. U.S. Air Force symbols on the sides, Marines, Navy, because I mean these were in all aspects of the U.S. military. That's just a hope of mine. All right, let's go ahead and get down to conversion, because as I believe was Bolt Matrix said, these guys didn't transform; they converted. So they're conversion. Just want to remove missile pods, which will be half of his gun in jet mode. Now these two pieces right here will also form part of his gun. They peg in really nicely underneath to make it look like a real fighter jet. However, one side pegs in really tightly. So it pegs in right down here. There's a tab up here that helps to lock it in place, but that peg is super tight. But over here, it comes out nice and easy. Just drop that right there. There we go. And what you want to do is get it out little by little. There we go, because you don't want to snap that peg off in the hole. Now, I don't know if I need to run a file across this very gently to try and stop it from being so tight. I'm not sure, but we'll do that later. Sorry if my voice is a little hoarse. Okay, we're going to start with taking the wings, pop them out there, which detaches them from the forward part of the fuselage. Bring it around, launch it from this side, and you kind of just swivel these out. Very Combiner Wars-esque, but nothing locks. It swings out on the other side. Next, you take the wing, fold it in, fold it back. Fold it in, fold it back. And take the feet, and now most of the time you would want to put them, flat, but because when you take the back wing, I forget the flap, it comes down, and it comes down at such an angle that if your feet are flat, this touches the ground, not the foot. So definitely want to kind of arch the feet a little bit like that. Let's do this on the other side. And there's a nice ball joint in there on that foot too. It gives it a nice rock. And there you have the lower half of his body converted. Now, next step, take the nose cone. It's pushed up in there, but there's nothing locking it. It's like just a very loose friction. Right there, come on. Push it. Push against the cockpit, bring it back, bring it down. The head is very tight in there, and every now and then mine likes to pop off the ball joint. That's kind of how it tells you to put it in there. Take that, bring it back. Now you want to take these flaps here that help to cover all the joints and the swivels for bot mode. Flip these out. Bring these up. Just like so. And just untab the flaps here from the chest, from the abdomen section. Go. Swing the arms outward, like so. Bring the head back a little bit now. Now, it's not tricky, but what you want to do is find the happy spot here for the shoulders. Zoom in there, there we go. What we got to do is bring up these flaps around the nose cone. Bring these two, you see those slots in there, they go around these metal bits right here that my fingers are pointing to. So what you're going to do is bring it up, push them in each one side to side, And then kind of hold them in place. This post here, that is what goes inside of that groove. So kind of move the arm a little bit to where it's perfect. Slides in. See there? Come on. Readjust, buddy. There it is. That is around the groove on the front. That is pegged in the hole. That's pegged in. Come on. There we go. I'm sorry, it's supposed to be focusing. There we go. Push that, push that. Make sure nice logged in. Now, up here, you can do how you like. I believe he had those kind of up there like that in the show. You could also kind of lay them down to the sides. Your prerogative. Bring the arms down. Twist it this way to where this is facing forward. Underneath, hey, there are the hands. Pop them out. Close the door behind him. Swivel it around. Up. Untab. Little tab right there goes in there. So spin it around the other way. Bring the hand out from underneath. There you go. Next, you're going to swivel this piece up because there's a little divot. There's a little notch there that's going to go right in that little circular divot, and you'll hear it. There you go. Pull that open to give it an effect. Rinse and repeat. Pull that apart. There we go. Last step. Push the waist back. Because in jet mode, it's pushed forward to allow for the arms and whatnot to really get together. Then just bring the fuselage up, rest it against his back. It doesn't actually peg in or anything like that. And there you go. Eagle Robo converted into bot mode. And the other reviews I've watched, his head, that ball that his head is on, is horribly loose. It moves around everything. Mine, nice and tight, holds its position well, does not flop around as you move him or anything. Put him down, and let's take a look at the assembly of the gun. Then you have your two posts there. First step will be to plug these two together. Sorry about that. I had to put it off to the side. You got a post and a groove. You just press them together to where you have that. Now there's no top and bottom because each side has the two posts, these two posts on each side. So what you're going to do, take that little notch there, come on, sorry. Plug that in there. Plug that one in there. Kind of press the two together lightly. Nothing back here tabs together. It's a little disappointing. They kind of just rest together like that. But there is a little tab right here that goes in the wrist right there. So when you put the handle in the hand, that holds it, but it also goes in there at the back of the wrist. So he is not dropping that gun. That is an awesome little extra point there. standing there. Get a whole look at him. Okay, sorry about that. I kind of screwed up. I was trying to adjust the zoom, and it's going alright, I guess. Let's bring back out his display stand. There we go. Swivel that around again. Slide that into the back of his waist. He can fly on his back if he wanted to. I'd have to bring the joint down. If the base would lock in together better, that would be great, but it doesn't. Bring that there. And crop it back to the back. There you go. Looks like he's in a flying pose. I do like him. His price point, unfortunately, is $45 for a figure of his size. And I'll give you a size comparison here in a second. I should have done a comparison in jet mode. Kind of forgot. I'm not really going to go back and do it. Go. For comparison, here he is with his original, I guess the second version of him, because the first release he did look like that, but here he is, Leader 1, and his secondary colors. I tried looking it up. It doesn't seem like he had a different name in this mode, but he was still Leader 1, just like that. I don't know. It was pretty cool. Size-wise, here he is with Fall Cybertron Optimus. So you see just about how small he is, because he is only just barely taller than that Prime, which is only deluxe size. And take him out, and one more comparison. Here he is with fellow F-15. He's actually a little bit taller. Definitely doesn't fall backwards as easily as the Seeker mold for Skywarp. Take him out of the way. Yeah, he doesn't like to stand for some reason. I must be doing something wrong. So, let me give you a quick rundown on his articulation. I know, I should have done that earlier. Arms on a swivel, all the way around. It can go out, but it starts bashing into stuff and hitting him in the head. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow, so it goes up all the way. He's got a ball joint on the wrist, so it pivots, turns, and does everything it needs to do. He has waist articulation. He's got a ball joint in the hip, which has not had any problem. It holds really well. Die-cast legs, die-cast chest. He's heavier than the deluxes are nowadays, which is great. His toes are die-cast. Like I said before, he's got pretty good toe articulation, foot articulation. He's got a good knee. Only about less than 90 degrees. Well, when you put him on the base there, it kind of does pretty nicely. I'll bring him in, see if I can get it to focus. Right down there, I have a couple of paint scuffs. Those happened on the first transformation. First conversion, I should say. So, be wary, be careful. I'd say pick these guys up if you can get them on sale or a decent price, because $45 is pretty darn steep for me for a figure of this size. Alright then, this has been Wedge299, Red Alert Page Admin. Wishing you have a great afternoon and hope to see you around sometime. See ya.